Hi, how are you, my dear farmer? How are you? So, on our previous video, we had talked about types of vaccines. So now, I want us to talk about how to preserve the vaccine before vaccination and how to use the vaccine, route of administration of the vaccine, and how to preserve it. Let's start with preservation. When it comes to vaccines, okay, when it comes to vaccines, preservation is key. And in preservation, there's a term we do call it cold chain. When cold chain is broken at any point, chances are the vaccine will not be effective. Okay, the vaccine will not be effective, or they may cause more harm than good. And how do they cause more harm than good? You are giving, maybe it was a live vaccine. The cold chain is interrupted. The vaccines are not live. They are now dead vaccines. What do you expect will happen to your birds? Hmm? You'll vaccinate your birds without knowing. The disease will start inoculating because now it's a threat to your bird's health. It will start inoculating. After inoculating, it will start. After the inoculation of the disease in the body, it will start in the incubation process, okay, and rapidly. Now, after the incubation period, you start seeing the signs of the disease, and you're like, what? I just vaccinated my birds. What happened? I vaccinated them against Newcastle, and now they have Newcastle. Hmm? Cold chain. Cold chain should really be maintained well from the manufacturer. Okay, from the manufacturer to the distributor to the supplier. Okay, to the supplier, because still this distributor can be the supplier, or they can just use maybe another company to take directly from the manufacturer to the drugstore. But always the cold chain should be well maintained. And buy your drugs and medicine. When it comes to vaccine, don't just pop in any shop and you buy vaccines. Okay, look for drugstores or agrovets that have good history when it comes to their quality, vaccine quality, how they store their drugs. They just have a good reputation when it comes to vaccine like preservation, their type of vaccine. Because at the end of the day, let me not say that word. Just look for a good supplier who will be supplying with genuine vaccines, okay, that have maintained the cold chain. Also, after good preservation, you should know how to use the vaccine. If you have bought it, do you need a professional to come and administer it to your chicken? Or it's something you can just be guided, okay, at the drugstore and go and administer it to your chicken. For example, mostly Newcastle and Gumboro, they are vaccines that you can just use, okay, after you're just by being guided by a professional in the drugstore or a vet. I can just guide you and tell you, do this and this, and give it to your birds. Now, for Newcastle, this is how you administer it to your birds. Newcastle is in the drinking water, or through the nostril, or eye drops. Okay, and if you give it to the eye drop or the nostril, you will need a professional at the drugstore to tell them, remix it for me, okay, or reconstitute it for me. They reconstitute it for you, then they give it to you after it's reconstituted, and you should use it within 2 hours, and I mean within 2 hours. After 2 hours, it's of no importance to your birds. and it will be causing more harm than good. Okay, that is Newcastle and Gumboro. It's in the drinking water. Okay, it's in the drinking water or through the nostril or through eye drops. Now, let's talk about the other vaccines. The other vaccines needs professional skills. So I'll not advise you how to use them. No. No, 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 no. For Marex, it's usually in the hatchery. They are being sprayed. The chicks are in the hatchery. They are being sprayed. It's in form of spray. Okay? And they inhale the vaccine. So the other vaccines like the fowlpox is wing stab. I can't start demonstrating to you how you wing stab it, no. And also for fall typhoid, it's deep, deep thigh muscle. So those ones, and also for cholera and coryza, all those you call a professional to come into your farm and demonstrate how you use it. Okay, but basically that's how you just use the vaccines. Now let's meet on our next video, okay, on how we on what you consider before buying a vaccine. Bye bye.